First of all, I would also like to thank Mr. Mukisa for this opportunity he has given to me to be your facilitator today. Yes, that's about Ogwal Isaac. I don't need to waste a lot of time on this slide because the coordinator told me we shall move for 2 hours. And I pray that the participants can stay on and on. I'm set for this presentation. So today we are looking at internet basics, and we have to appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, that the internet has really become an integral part of our daily lives. Every day, every second, every minute that goes by, you'll find people very busy on their phones. Even right now, as I talk, there is someone who is very busy, maybe checking on his or her WhatsApp message, trying to reply. So the internet has really become part of our daily lives, part of the activities that we do. It has really changed the way we communicate, the way we have access to information, the way we conduct business. So internet, we can't do away with it. In this particular generation, you'll find many people on social media, others are using it for business, others are utilizing social media for communication. There are really very many things people are doing on internet. To me, internet is a vast network of interconnected computers. So these computers are spanning the entire globe, and that's the reason as to why we are able to communicate with people from the entire world. It is because this network we are calling the internet spans the entire world, enabling you and me, enabling users to connect to one another, to share the resources, to collaborate in different ways, just the way we are doing right now. There is a lot of sharing, there is a collaboration, as we shall be able to see as we proceed with this presentation. So that is the internet, a network of all networks, that even if you're having your phone, you're able to communicate with someone who is very far away from you. Even if you're having your laptop, a tablet, communication, connection, collaboration is really taking place. That's the power of internet. And that's why I'm saying that this thing we are calling the internet has become part of our daily lives. So how does this internet work? First, you have to appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, that the internet is a complex network, very complex. It is an interconnected network, like I've told you, a network which helps billions of users to collaborate, billions of users to communicate. That's the internet. It facilitates exchange of data and information across the entire world. What we need to take note about the internet is that the internet operates through what you're calling protocols. A protocol is just a set of rules that governs communication on network. The HTTPS, those file transfer protocol, the TCP/IP, that is the internet protocol. Those are what you're calling the protocol, the rules. We use the machines, but these machines work or operate through this series of protocols that enable us to go ahead and communicate with each other. And this communication is through the different devices that are connected. So that's the internet. I'm just going to give you people an overview on how the internet operates. So I'm saying that one, a simple overview on how the internet operates. One needs to be with devices, or there are always devices and end users. The internet begins with individual devices, such as your smartphones, your computers, those tablets that you're holding, the different servers that provide us with resources, Internet of Things devices, each equipped with unique Internet protocol addresses, the IP addresses. These IP addresses help to identify those machines that are connected online. So that's the first thing we need to know about internet. It begins with those devices. So from the devices, you find there what you're calling the data transmission. Data transmission will happen when myself, the user, starts an online activity, such as visiting a website, sending an email, or streaming a video. In this process, data is generated on the devices. When data gets generated on the devices, we shall go to another step we are calling data packaging. This data is divided into smaller packets, each containing a portion of information along with the source and destination IP. Where is this data coming from? That's the source of that information. Where is this data supposed to go? The destination. So you get your phone, you want to send. You may not see this happening. You want to send an information or an email. You may not see this happening. But this is exactly what will be happening. The data gets generated on that phone of yours. Then this data is divided into smaller packets, which are then sent or transmitted to the destination IP address or to the end user. Call it the receiving devices. How does this take place? The packets are sent through a series of routers. Most people, when you talk of routers, people think about the internet. Yes, people think about the internet. People think about Wi-Fi. Yes, so those data packets that get generated will move through the routers, will move through the switches to reach their final destination. Of course, one has to be with data for all these things to happen. And all the sharing, the connections will happen, like I told you, with the different protocols guiding all those devices that are connected online. So that is just a brief thing about how internet operates. We can't talk about internet and we don't talk about the IP, the ISPs. ISPs are those internet service providers. ISP stands Internet Service Provider. There are those companies that you use. Here you can see we have Airtel, we have MTN, Africell, Smile, mention them. We have different internet service providers that we subscribe to. So these internet service providers, if you just try to look at what your service provider does to you. You need data, you'll have to buy from your internet service provider. You may get challenges, your internet service provider will come in. You can get in touch with the internet service provider, maybe through their customer care lines. They will connect you. But the basic part of internet service provider in this presentation or in this training, we are looking at them as companies that are playing fundamental roles in connecting individuals, in connecting organizations to the internet. That is the major point I want to stress out here, that these internet service providers help in connecting users, in connecting organizations to the internet. You have interest, you get your internet service provider and you get connected. They are a bridge between the end users and the global network of digital communication. Without your internet service provider, communication may be difficult. That's why some people say, oh, for me, I like this. I like MTN Uganda because maybe they provide me with this cheap data. Or someone would say, I love Airtel, I like this. Yes. Without them, you won't be able to have access to the internet. So that is how important the internet service providers are when it comes to internet connections. We need them so much. In my presentation, I want us to look at MTN as a case study. You look at MTN Uganda, they have different data bundles that will almost cater for each and every individual. There is this bundle here, 30 MBs, and you're able to have access to the internet. This is just at 250 shillings. Then those who need something bigger, maybe like 5 GB, you can get that at 4,000, and you'll use it. They call it Gaga Time. Then there are those who want data bundles that will not expire. Freedom Bundle, it's you to utilize this data until it is completed. Then we have the monthly data bundles. So you can see that these ISPs play a very, very big role when it comes to internet connections. So this is just a sample from MTN Uganda, but they have several other plans that you can also get and utilize. Now, when someone is thinking about getting connected to the internet, yes, we have looked at ISPs. You are now thinking about getting connected to the internet. What are you supposed to think about? People will start thinking of routers. Maybe others will say, can you please hotspot me? Yes, those are very vital terms when it comes to connections. So internet connection types are also very important. We can't talk about connections and we don't talk about the internet connection types. Which type of connections would you like to use to get online? So the connection types are those methods, the technology that you want to use to get to the internet. These connection types determine how your data will be transmitted between that smartphone of yours, between that laptop of yours and the internet service provider. So this is very, very important. Are you thinking about cabling? Are you thinking about Wi-Fi? Are you thinking about hotspotting? So those are what you're calling the internet connection types. Let's try to look at them just briefly. So as people are thinking about connection types, how should I connect maybe my organization to the internet? Would you like to use fiber optic cables for connection? With fiber, it will provide you with that fastest internet that you may want. Do you want to use those cables? Do you want to use DSL? Would you like to use fixed wireless or satellite? So these are the different connection types that one may think of as he or she is planning to get connected to the internet. However, we have to take note. We really have to take note that when it comes to that choice of connection type, before you make that choice, this choice here will depend on a number of factors. A number of factors. Don't just go in for that type that you've seen your friend using and you think it will work for you. Think about your location before you go in for a certain internet connection type. Does your location favor that particular location type you want? Think about the budget. Are you in a position to manage the budget? The money, do you have the money to go in for that particular connection type? Speed requirements. You need to think about it before you select or choose these types. They are not limited to this. And also think about the availability of your internet service provider in your area. This is very, very important. Are they available to give you that support that you may need as an individual or as an organization? This is very important. You have to think about that. Each of the connection type has got the advantages and the disadvantages. So it is very essential for you to think about all those different things and then choose that best connection type that will meet your needs. So those are some of the connection types I wanted also to share with you. Now, at this point, we have many people. Oh, yes, maybe it could also be in the room at the hub there where people are saying, can you please give me a hotspot? And some people are saying, now what is hotspot? How can I set up a mobile hotspot? This is where I will ask Mr. Mukisa to maybe help people there. I'll give it some few minutes. I will also play a video so that people can see how to connect. If I have my phone and you don't have data, how can I give you my data and you use that data that is from my device? Or you have got data on your phone and maybe Wi-Fi is off in your location. You want to use your laptop to access the internet. How can you set up this hotspot and utilize data from your phone? This is a very important, very, very important skill that one may need as well. So when you set up this mobile hotspot, it will allow you to share your mobile device's internet. You'll be able to share your mobile device's internet connection with other devices. For instance, your laptop. You get your laptop, utilizing that data that is on your smartphone. You get your tablet utilizing maybe data that is on your phone and other smartphones. So this is also very important. So allow me to, first of all, share this video. I hope it plays. And then I will ask Mr. Mukisa to maybe in maybe 2 or 3 minutes, try to help people on ground to try out this, and I get that feedback. So I'm going to go to my PC and try to have that done. Okay, this is the video.
Hello, this is Nick with nickscomputerfix.com, and here's a video on how to create a mobile hotspot with your cell phone, free and easy.
I want to confirm, are you able to hear the audio from this particular video? A yes will do me really good. Were you able to hear something? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Let's continue with the video.
Okay, let's go ahead and grab your smartphone, and once you have it, we'll get started here. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S6 for this demonstration. And what we want to go ahead and do to begin with is go into settings. Now, you might be able to go in settings differently. I'm going to go into settings by swiping down from the top. That allows me to go into settings by touching the settings icon. I can also go back to the home screen and touch the apps icon. And that takes me into the app screen where I can touch the settings icon. And that takes me back into settings as well. Now, let's go down to About Phone here, and I'll tell you that the phone name on my phone is the Samsung-SM-G920V, model number SM-G920V, which is the Verizon version of the Galaxy S6, and I'm using Android version 7.0. All right, let's go back to the home screen of settings, and I'm going to go up top here and click on Mobile Hotspot and Tethering. Yours may say something similar, and you might have to look for it. Once I click on it, I want to go ahead and try to enable it. And before it does enable, it gives me a little warning here. It tells me that my Wi-Fi will not be active, that it will be disconnected. And that's because you can only do a hotspot on your cellular service, not on your Wi-Fi. Now, once I clicked on the mobile hotspot, I can go into settings, and by default, the Samsung S6 gave me a default name for the hotspot and a default password as well. Now, if I want to go ahead and change that, I can touch that and change the name of the hotspot to anything. I could call it Nick if I wanted to. Also, the default password, I can change that to any password or any letters and numbers I wish to have it to be. And I recommend that you do use a different password if you end up using the default name of the hotspot. Just for security purposes, and there is no devices presently connected to this hotspot yet. Okay, back to the home screen, and I'm going to go ahead and swipe down. And under notifications, I can touch mobile hotspot, and that allows me to turn the hotspot off very quickly when I don't want to use it any longer. Okay, let's go ahead over to the laptop here and see if we can make a connection to our mobile hotspot. To begin with, let's go ahead down to our Wi-Fi icon on our tablet and left click on that, and I'm presently connected to PP router, but here's my hotspot, and I'm going to click on that, and I don't want to connect automatically, and I'm going to click on connect, and this is where I go ahead and type in the mobile hotspot password. that, if you remember, I left it as the default of UYWS617 exclamation mark. So let me go ahead and type that in, and then I'll click on next. And no, I don't want this to be public, so I'll click on no. And as you can see, I've made a connection, and it's secured, by the way. And if I open up a internet browser, Firefox in this case, as you can see, it took me right to my home page, which happens to be Google. So I now have internet access on my laptop using the mobile hotspot from my smartphone. Okay, that's it for this video. Subscribe if you like, and leave a like if you like.
Yeah, so I hope you were able to follow that video. So if you missed out something, the steps are here. That is for people who are having Android phones. Mr. Mukisa, are you helping people on ground, or I should proceed? I need to confirm this. Okay, Mr. Mukisa is, I think, is quite busy. Let me see some messages on the chat. Okay, yes. So I think the video was clear. So if you didn't follow the video,
we are following. You can go ahead. We still have
okay,
a one-on-one presentation after the online, so be able to catch up.
Okay, please. Thank you. So these are the steps you may need to follow on Android. I will not go through this. I will share the presentation. Then we also have other steps. This picture gives you all you need. When you click on the settings icon on your screen, it should give you a screen just as this one. Then you go to connections. So from connections, you'll get this kind of screen displayed for you. Now, when you get this screen, you will move and select this option of mobile hotspot and tethering. Others will just see mobile hotspot. So when you do this, you'll get to this particular screen where you have to turn on the mobile hotspot so that other devices can get connected to your device. Remember, if you have a password on your device, then you will also be prompted to provide password for that particular hotspot, and then you'll be able to have access to that device's internet. So these are the steps that I've summarized from the other very long text. Then those who are using iOS, still go to settings. From settings, move up to personal hotspot. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're doing this, your data has to be on because you want to connect this device which has got no data. So the first thing is to turn on your data. Another thing you need to take note of is data saver. There are some people have data saver turned on. So if it is on, try also to turn it off. On some machines, it will not allow you to get connected if there is data saver. So it may stop that process of hotspot. So iPhone people, do go to settings, then personal hotspot, just tap on this button to allow others to join that particular hotspot. You should be able to view the password, and it is this password that you will provide on the other devices that you're trying to get connected to your device that has got data. So this is how we can summarize those steps of getting connected to the hotspot. So it's the same here. I think we may not need to do a lot. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you're working with your computer, you're online, I want to assure you, you won't find each and every day things moving the way you want them to move. You'll find a lot of connection issues as you are browsing, as you're surfing the internet. So these connection issues may range from your phone totally failing to get you connected to the internet, or your router making you fail to get connected to the internet. But as a student of ICT, you are supposed to be with some skills on how to troubleshoot, on how to provide solutions to such kind of issues. Take an instance where you have data, you have bought your data, but you can't connect to the internet. Does it mean that you're supposed to run to someone, you pay some money, and then they rectify that issue? To me, I'm saying no. You have to try several troubleshooting tips, and you try to get a solution for that. So that is what you're calling troubleshooting. My laptop is not allowing me to connect to the internet. You find a solution. I have data on my phone I've just bought, but why is it that I can't connect to the internet? So this is what I'm talking about. So troubleshooting common internet connection issues can be really frustrating, very frustrating, especially when you want to do something very fast and things are not working out. But I'm saying a systematic approach is very, very vital in such circumstances. This will allow you to identify and resolve problems. A simple restart of your phone can help rectify such challenges. My phone is not connecting and I'm sure there's nothing I've done. I can say, let me try to restart this phone, and I see. Let me try to restart my computer, and I see. So that is one of the troubleshooting one is supposed to be having. Remember that troubleshooting steps can vary. As we are talking about troubleshooting, this can vary depending on your specific situation and the type of internet connection you are having. Others may be loose connections. Maybe even your data is used up. You're using a router. These days, people use pocket Wi-Fi devices. Maybe it is over. But on your smartphone, the icon is showing that there is internet. So those are some of the things we need to think about as we enter into troubleshooting. It could also be loose connection. So let's try to look at the troubleshooting tips. One, I'm saying one needs to check on his or her device. Ensure that the problem is not isolated to a single device. So in this case, if your phone, if your laptop, if your tablet, or that device that you use is not allowing you maybe to connect to the internet, may be very slow, You can tell your friend, or ask your friend, or inquire, you say, is your device also behaving like mine? This is a very simple tip one needs to have. My phone is too slow. How is yours performing? This will help you not to have this device that is isolated. If someone says, oh, mine is okay, then that means the problem could be with your device. So if the problem is with your device, what are you supposed to do? You have to find a solution. I've tested multiple devices to see if they're all experiencing the same issue. But all other devices are okay. Maybe you're using Wi-Fi at the hub or in a certain Wi-Fi point, hotspot, and it is yours not connecting. You have to think about that. Or you use that device today and tomorrow it's off. Ladies and gentlemen, some of the devices, especially phones, can be connected to Wi-Fi, and then tomorrow or even after 1 minute, they are off. Check with the settings. Some people have randomized MAC addresses. Randomized means you get connected at that moment and then it will get off. So you have to change that setting to another option, which is, sorry for that, you change from randomized maybe to phone MAC, so that this MAC address doesn't change. So you may be there every time you go and they try to change for you, and you're saying, but why do these people keep on removing me from the internet? Could be settings. If you have tested and all people are not experiencing the same issue, check with your device. Then I'm also talking about another tip, power cycle. Power cycle, your modem or router. Your router, your pocket Wi-Fi device may just need just disconnecting it from power source. Like for those that like routers, maybe you get it off power for some 30 seconds or a minute and then plug it back. That is what I can term as restarting that router. So you give power, you remove power from this device and see whether this device will continue doing the same. This is a very important tip that you may need, especially if you are the one managing that internet at your school, at your organization. So when you give this device those few minutes, maybe after giving it the power, it may be in position to establish the networks and people will get connected, or yourself you get connected. As you're saying there is no connection, have you checked the physical connection? Because this is very important. You may be seeing cables attached to the device, maybe to the router, maybe to the switch, but people are not receiving internet. What are you supposed to do? Check out. Go to that very device. Try to make sure that the cables are fixed very well, securely connected to that router. Remember, if you have loose connections, this can also result into connectivity challenges. So you have to go ahead and check. Restart your device. This could be your laptop. It could be your phone. You have checked, the router is okay. Connections are fine. Why not go ahead and check with your device that you intend to connect? Maybe it is the one with issues. Maybe you need to refresh that machine. You can restart it and try to connect. It is a very simple step that can help us in resolving minor software malfunction. So let's go in for that as well. And I'm sure most people use this so much, and this is very good practice. Run a speed test. Ladies and gentlemen, internet or connection issues doesn't just stop at you failing to connect to the internet. Have you ever experienced a situation where you have data and you are unable to connect even a document of 2 MBs or 3 MBs? The speed is really very low or slow, and you're trying, the thing keeps on rotating. So I'm saying you can check on some websites and test the speed of your internet. This will help you to determine if you are getting the speed you paid for. That is, if you're using a given service provider. Or even when you ask them, they will normally tell you, please, we are going to give you this link. Try to check out. You check with that very internet, you will be able to see, and you give them a report and they will be able to give you that feedback. So speed test is very important. Now, if you're not using a router and it is data on your phone, what are you supposed to do? Here, you may not be able to test, but what I can say is try a restart. Try a restart. And also sometimes our internet speed will be bogged down because of apps that are operating at the background. Yes, there are some apps that will keep on operating at the background and they're slowing down the performance of your device online. So you have also to check with the settings. There are some background settings to those apps so that you stop background refresh. Because one, they don't just stop at slowing down the internet, but also very, very good at consuming your data. And that's why you'll end up saying, but this ISP, these guys, they give you data and they take it all. No. Before you say that, try to check with background apps that are operating without your knowledge, because they have effect on the speed and also they consume your data. If it is your PC slowing down and everything is okay, still background apps are there. And also there is automatic updates going on. So you need also to check out. You need to check out. Then you're saying check for Wi-Fi issues. That is, if you're using Wi-Fi, make sure you are in the range of your router. Yes, you're in the range. If it is 50 meters and you are outside the 50 meters, definitely you may not be in a position to get connected to the internet. Or you'll find your device struggling. So I'm saying try as much as possible to make sure that you are within range. If it is Wi-Fi, try to be within range. Ladies and gentlemen, this is also another important point you need to consider. Whether you are using a laptop, whether you're using a tablet, let it be your smartphone, browser cache and cookies. Let me also add there, and history on your smartphones or on your devices. These ones also pose very big threats to our connection while we are online. You need to check. We are going to do this. We shouldn't worry. With this, we shall do. Clear the browser, history, cookies. Whenever you visit internet, there's some data that is saved on your phone or on your device that you may not need to keep on recalling the website address fully. But when you start typing, if you have ever experienced that, you're trying to type something and then that detail of that website appears and your work is just to click. If they accumulate, if the cookies accumulate, then you will find also challenges with connections to the internet. This is very, very important if you're trying to troubleshoot connection issues. Someone one time approached me and was complaining, I've bought my data, but I can't connect to the internet. So when I asked for the phone, I realized this person's phone was on airplane mode. This picture here, airplane. So when you turn on the airplane and you have your data, those who have phones, you try out and see, and you tell me if you're able to connect, not using the Wi-Fi. Make sure you're not on Wi-Fi. You will see nothing. So this person is struggling, but the phone is on airplane mode. So make sure your phone is not on airplane mode, because the airplane mode will disable the wireless connections, by the way, including your SIM cards that you're using. So this is also a very important thing. Just in case someone comes to, please, my phone is not doing this, check for all these things. Is it not on airplane mode? Try to check what is the browser like. Is there a lot of cookies, history? This is also very, very important. Then we have cellular data issues. Cellular data issues and the SIM card selection. If you're using cellular data, check if you're working, if you have a working data. Yes, a working data. You bought your data, maybe 1 GB in the night, and in the morning, you want to go ahead with your internet connections, and you can't connect at all. Have you confirmed with data? Because you bought 1 GB and you think it will just do that. Remember, I've told you about background apps that are operating. Some of you, you buy data and you go on YouTube, you spend time, TikTok, or even maybe without your notice, there is this Tugabane thing here. Or maybe someone accessed your phone and is using your data through your device's data through that Wi-Fi, that hotspot thing you have looked at, and you totally have no idea. So you try to connect and things are not working out. You keep on trying, you try, you remove battery from your phone, nothing is changing. Check. You dial that star something and check for your data to confirm. If you confirm that your data is there, is it the right SIM card that you have selected? Have you selected the right SIM card, which is having that data? These are some of the issues that people get. You're complaining, I have data, you even check, but when you go to the settings, the SIM card with data is not the one that is selected. So this will also pose you serious challenges. Then you'll meet some people who may say, have bought data and they have not turned on or they have not enabled their data so that they go on with their browsing. So such people will also be there and you need to find a solution. Contacting your ISP is also very, very important because they can help in resolving some of those challenges. I've talked about software updates. Then there is also that challenge of network restriction. This is also very important. Some people may have restriction, parental controls. And there are also apps like the one you see here on my screen. I hope you can see this image here with N on the top right part. If I don't want anyone to use my PC on internet to browse for anything, I'll just turn that app on. If it is on, even if you try browsing, no way. You try to access the internet even when you are seeing Wi-Fi is there, everything is there, you will not. So restrictions can also pose a very big challenge because they can block internet access. So these are some of the things, troubleshooting. You have to be in position to identify and provide the solutions. This last part here, I'm bringing it as the last resort. Ladies and gentlemen, go in for network reset only if you have tried all other steps out and you have failed. Yes, go in for this one here as your last resort. The reason is when you try resetting your phone's network to default, you're going to erase all the saved Wi-Fi passwords. And remember, some of us are not so good at keeping these details of the passwords. So if you say, I'm going in for network reset, all the Wi-Fi networks that you're connected to will be off. And you will start reconnecting to each and every Wi-Fi. So just go for this as the last resort. Just in case all others have failed, you can try to reset your network and then customize again. I hope we are still moving together. I want to see a yes in the chat, and then I can proceed. Just the first yes. Okay, thank you so much. Now let's go to another important term, searching. Searching. And this searching here, we are saying that is searching the internet, searching the web, and navigating the web. Yes, this is a very, very important point that sometimes I disagree with people. I hope in this class people will say, will be on my side. I want to give this 30 seconds. Someone to type in the chat. Let someone type, or someone who is ready, give me the difference between searching the web and navigating the web. I'm just waiting for the first two answers. I'm waiting for the first two answers because I'm saying searching the web and navigating the web are two distinct activities when it comes to using the internet. If you feel they're the same, even in the chat, you can say they are the same. It's okay. I may also be wrong, but let me hear from you, the participants. Let's give your view. Don't browse the net. Don't check on the net, getting from. Yes, Andrew is saying searching involves surfing on the web. And he says navigation involves moving from one page to the other. Okay. Someone else is saying searching is where someone uses search engine to get to a certain website or information. How about navigating? Victor is saying the two concepts are different. Ismail is saying searching the web means looking for something from the website, while navigating means just going through the pages. Okay, Isma and Andrew, they have almost the same answers. Okay. Yeah, he says now, but navigating is where one from, not so clear. There's something I've missed. Maybe where one moves from a website to another. Okay, thank you for your answers. I think most people are utilizing the pictures. If you look at the pictures, they will tell you something. They'll really communicate. So let's check out. So when I'm searching the web, we're saying we're searching. This is the process of using search engines. I hope you can also check in the chat. Some people are writing this, using the search engines to find specific information, websites, or resources on the internet. How does this work? To search the web, you will go to the search engine's website, for example, Google, and use the search box provided to your web browser. You enter keywords related to what you are looking for, and the search engine will return a list of relevant results. Let us do something. For example, we want to search about EdTech Club. What would we do on the search engine? This is a practical part, and I'm going to the browser. So we want to search for EdTech. So I open my browser. This is my browser, opened. Here we are having our Google, and I've said this is a search engine. So from there, what we shall do, we can use this friction while we are saying search Google or type a URL, or you can come to the tab here, and then you type EdTech Club, and I press enter. So here we have our screen. We have about 934 results in 0.51 seconds about this keyword we have typed in our search engine, which is Google. So now I start moving. I'm moving over the different web, all different links. Now, what I'm doing right now is searching. You're just trying to move around, checking for the different information. But as a tip, before you select that particular website, you feel like this is the one with that information I want. We have this snippet here, or this brief description. We have to utilize this description whenever we are searching. Before we go into navigation, because people have said when it comes to navigation, here you are going to move now on the different pages within a website, on the different tabs within the website. You're already inside the website and you're trying to click on this tab. You check what is here. Now that is navigation. But here now we are searching. We want to find out the right website. So we have found edutech.club. I click. So I've clicked. I've now been taken to this website known as edutech.club. Allow me go back to our presentation. We have said it is the process of using search engine to find specific information, websites, resources on the internet. We have found that information we wanted. Now, what happens to navigating the web? When it comes to navigating the web, here you're moving, like someone said, Andrew and Isma, they said navigating the web, you're moving around the internet. Once you're already on that particular website. You're on the website, on a web page, and now you're trying to move around. You are now interacting directly with the contents on that particular website. And this interaction will take place by clicking on the links available, the buttons on that website, the different menus within the website. This you're doing to allow you have access to different pages, different articles or sections of the website. So this is what I'm talking about. We have already accessed the website we wanted. Our next step is now navigating. Oh, what is this meetup? You go to the tab, you click. You want to check. Okay. Oh, you read. You see what you're doing now? This is now navigating. I want to know about EduTech. You go to the About tab. You try to access. Okay. To connect. This is a community-driven initiative. Here, you are navigating the internet. If you just come and say EduTech, and you just stop at this, and this is not okay. Some people go on the internet, when they type this kind of information, they will just go to this snippet or this brief description. They say, I'm done with my research. They copy only this section that I have highlighted, and this is not okay. Go ahead and navigate the website. So I hope that one is fine, ladies and gentlemen. Then the search engines. When it comes to search engines, they're saying search engines are those specialized, they could be websites or software applications that will help you, that will help me find or reach that particular information that we want. And that information is on the internet. So we shall use that software to help us have access to this information that is stored somewhere on the internet. They work by organizing a lot of information, of vast information or content, and then return to you the results basing on the question that you have put, just as we did. I want to know about EduTech Club. In just 0.51 seconds, we had around 937,000 results. So that's the work of the search engine. It will gather all that information, then provide to the user. So as you're searching, you select that particular information after reading the description below that particular website. And then you say, okay, I think this is related to what I want. Click and navigate to the internet. The common ones are here. You know them. Google has it all. I think it is around 90-something% in the market. So that's why everyone says, ask Mr. I can hear your voices. Ask Mr. Google. So Google is the most widely used search engine globally, but we have also other search engines, as you can see from the screen. If you want to read more later on when this presentation is shared, the link is there. and you will be able to see more. Let's look at some of the effective search strategies one must have. So as I'm searching the internet, what are some of the strategies I'm supposed to utilize if I want to get the results I want? One, I'm saying use specific keywords. Maybe they will give you activities to do, assignments to do. And the lecturer or the teacher may give you a long sentence of around 5 lines. Are you supposed to put all the 5 lines there? No. No, no, no. You're not supposed. You just pick those specific key words and then type. And then type. So you pick the keywords, type, just as I've done. Then we are saying sometimes you may need to use quotation marks for exact phrases. If you are looking for an exact phrase, enclose it in quotation marks. For example, you go on your browser, maybe you want to know about monkeys. You just go, open the tab, you put in quotes, monkeys. You don't want any other thing apart from the monkeys. You search. We want exact match. Not putting monkeys and then you find there elephants. So you can see all my results here. They are giving us 12 most extraordinary monkeys in Uganda. So all the results are about monkeys. So sometimes you may need to use the quotation marks if you want exact what? Results. Then we're also saying limit search to specific domains. To search within a specific website or domain, you may need to use this. You may need to use this site. You first type site, just as I've typed down here. Let me use my pointer. You see here, Mr. Mukisa has very many articles on the internet, even on other websites like Foitao. But if you want to know about Mr. Mukisa Godfrey, just you want to get information about him from this website, EduTech Club, edutech.club. This is what you're supposed to type. Let me copy it and we try that out. So you go on your browser. I've copied this. So we shall go on our browser. From our browser, we create a new tab. Some people are trying to join and they're giving me a hard time here. I'm sorry for that. So go on your browser and type that. After typing, you press enter. The first thing you're saying, you're telling your search engine, I want, if this information I want should come from this site. Which site? edutech.club. Which information? I want only information about this. So you put, and then try to search. You can see it has brought for me only and only one page on the entire results. You check here on my screen about one result. Try out on your computers and see. About one result in 0.41 seconds. No other results found, but it is this. And you can see the one in bold, Godfrey Mukisa, the founder, that. So you want to read more because your interest was on only that particular site. Click and see. It will take you to that site. So when we are browsing, or we are trying to search the internet, that is also a very interesting, tip that or strategy that we can also use. It limits you to one specific site. Then another strategy, filter by date. For example, let's search for the latest technology, and we see how we utilize this option of filtering by date. Maybe you want to get current information. So how do we get that? I'm going to open browser and I'll just type latest technology and I search. Now, when we search for latest technology that I've brought, these results here are very many, but are they the latest we want? Now, if you want to get the latest technology to know, on our results of our browser, we can see we have different other menus. I will move maybe up to this point. No, up to tools. Do we see tools? That is if you are using Chrome. You click on tools and say, here they're saying anytime. But let me see if we have any latest technology in the past 1 hour. Just checking. Or let's use 24 hours and we see. So I click. And here they're trying to return. Here you see the tool filter is saying past 24 hours. So here we have some information. Let's check here. Technology, BBC News, 5 hours ago. They give us some information. We said past 24 hours. Let's see, I've seen some videos. Let's look at these videos. This is very interesting. The new iPhone arrives. So you go and check out. This is 23 hours ago. You can see even here, Bloomberg Technology, 15 hours ago. So top tech leaders. So they are giving us results. Here, Sky News, 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 4 hours ago. So that is how you can also get the latest information and you use them. If you want to filter by news, you go ahead and check out news. I want to check the news. Check out here. 52 minutes ago. Here they're telling us something about Apple 12 hours ago. So things are really there. So this is also a very, very important tip that I encourage you to utilize. I hope we are moving together. Check for related searches always as you are searching. Don't just stick to your title. Maybe you are searching for computer technology or definition of a computer and you find something computer technology. Even such related search results can help you to get to the point you want. Read the snippet. The snippet is the other brief description that we always see when you search for something like here. This is what you're calling a snippet here. This information below this particular link. Read there. Try to understand it. You may not see the exact heading that you want, but this snippet here can help you a lot and it can guide you to that information that you want. Another strategy, ladies and gentlemen, browse beyond the first page. Do not limit yourself to the first page of the search results. That's not fine. This is our first page, but if you check below here, there is page 2, page 3, 4, 5, 10. Check what is in Page 2. This is what we are talking about. Do not limit yourself whenever you are searching. Go to other pages. Check out what is on page 11. Don't limit yourself. It's a very good strategy as your online trying to access information. We are saying also you can use search operators. Yeah, this is very important. Very, very important. Here we are saying search engines often support operators like file type to search for specific file types. For instance, you may be in need of some notes. Normally, I go and type in and put PDF. You can type file type the way you're seeing here, and then you type in the information you want. This is what I'm saying. Maybe you want to get something about information technology. Information technology. Here they're saying at the beginning, you can say file type. Then you say PDF. Then you type that, and you press enter, and your result should bring, you can see here, PDF. This is a PDF, this is a PDF, so it will help you. If you can't recall this, what you can do, information technology, and in front just put PDF. You will be able to get still PDF documents. So that is a very important strategy. Evaluate sources as you're trying to search the internet. Evaluate the sources. Pick only sources that you think or feel it is credible. And this will help you to get the right information. Not all information on the internet is right. Look for the websites. Understand the website. Ensure that it is a reputable website from experts. Don't just find the information and start telling people, you know, I got this from the internet. It can't lie. You will be telling lies to your colleagues. So make sure you check for those credible sources, reputable websites, and be able to base on such information to be true. Otherwise, you will be misled by some websites. Those are the tips I wanted to share with you, but they are really very, very, very many. Very many. Maybe before I can go to web browsers, yeah, sometimes we want to get images from the internet. So you go in and you type for, you search, you say, information technology. Ladies and gentlemen, on the websites or on some websites, there are some images. Here we have images. Hope you can see. There are some images that when you access them, you have either to cite the source. You say, this image, I got it from this particular website because they have copyright. So how do I get images that have got no copyright? Go to tools. If you're using your Google Chrome as your browser, then we have this part here, user rights. I hope we can see that. User rights. If you want free. So you can go to Creative Commons. But if you go for commercial, you can even see commercial and other licenses. So Creative Commons, you can use them for free. Please make sure if you use commercial, maybe you have liked this one, go ahead and say, I got this image from that. You know how to work with captions. Caption it, give the source. No crime committed for that. No crime. How do you get the source? If it is this, you can even right click and copy the link address. You can copy the link address. Click on that image, and then you'll be able to have, you can get it from here, or you say, let me visit this particular website. So you go ahead and get that information, that link. So let's avoid just putting pictures that are not ours without acknowledging the owners of those particular pictures. That's also a very important thing. Web browsers. Yeah, web browsers are very important software that if you want to have access to the internet, you will have a web browser first. You will have a web browser. You have in your laptop, you need a web browser. It is within the web browser that you'll find your search engine. It's where you'll find your Bing. It's where you'll find your Google. Yes. So a web browser is a software, as you can see from the screen, that allows the users, we are the users, to access and navigate websites. I hope you can see everything. We are working with Chrome, but also Firefox is there. Opera is there. Safari is there. Microsoft Edge is there. And so many others. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to tabs. Using tabs, using bookmarks, and history. Very interesting features that one may utilize when he or she is on internet. If you want to navigate the internet, these terms here are very important, very important. The picture is showing it all. We have the tabs and we have the bookmarks. Let's look at each one of these one by one using tabs. First of all, what are tabs? It is a short form for tabbed browsing. Tabbed browsing. It is where you and me, we are able to open several or multiple web pages within a single browser. If you open your browser, if you open your browser, you can see here, these are the tabs. Here they're saying new tab. I click. I can still go ahead and open another tab. Do we know the shortcut for opening new tabs? On your keyboard, try to press Ctrl key down and also press letter T. Ctrl plus T, letter T. You'll be able to open new tabs. And that's what we are calling tabbed browsing. You have the ability to open several websites. Here you can be with a different website. Here you come and say, I want to get another website. Here you come and say, I want to get another website. You go ahead and have different websites open. You check that. Here you have a website. You come to this, you have a different website, but you are utilizing only one browser. We do that with the help of tabs. How do we use tabs? We have already seen opening new tab. If you don't like clicking all the time, sometimes I'm lazy clicking, coming to plus. No. I just press Control, letter T. I open. Closing. Press the X button. Press the X button. As you can see, you will be closing the different tabs. Then you can also rearrange these tabs. You see here, there is this point, switching between tabs. Yes, these tabs can be moved. If you want this website here of EduTech to be the first, you can click, hold, and move it. If you want this one of information technology, this free pick, this tab to be the last, click, hold, and move where you want it to be. So those are tabs. If you want MTN website to be the first, maybe on the right part of your screen, move and leave it there. So you can play around, you can switch the tabs. It's not that if it is here, it's there. No. You can also switch between the tabs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at bookmarks. Bookmarks are very, very important. Personally, I've utilized them because sometimes you may not need to lose some websites. Some websites have vital information. Maybe they say time up and you're in class and say, I will lose this website. How will I get it again? No. Bookmark it. Tomorrow you come, you start from where you stopped. In fact, bookmarks on some web browsers, we shall be seeing favorites. For instance, if you open Microsoft Edge, I think, Microsoft Edge, instead of seeing bookmarks, you see favorites. So this is a feature that allows you to save and store web addresses of specific web pages or websites you want to revisit later. Yes, you want to revisit later, save it. So that when you come, you don't again start the search process. You know how searching is hectic. Maybe I've searched for this information for some good time, and then from nowhere, you lose it. In fact, normally, when I'm on internet and I've landed on a very good website, the first thing I do, bookmarking. So that next time I don't waste time. What are we going to look at under bookmarks? Adding bookmarks. So we shall look at adding bookmarks. We shall look at organizing these bookmarks. And how do we access the bookmarks just in case I've saved? Then editing or deleting bookmark. Maybe you are no longer interested. So you need to go ahead and delete that particular bookmark. Let's go on the PC. So here we have our browser opened. So from our browser, the first thing, where do we find our bookmarks? Where do we find our bookmarks? That is very, very, very important. Do we see this area? This is the bookmark toolbar. All that you see here are my bookmarked pages. All. So just in case I want to go ahead and access, normally if I want to check for my data, I can go and check on this. If I'm so much good at watching some documentaries, I go and check. Then where are other bookmarks? They are there. But the first step, if I want to bookmark this page, what do I do? Let's try to search. I have MTN Uganda, and maybe I have also EduTech Club. So I realize there's some very, very important information on this site. And I want to come back later and read. What will I do? On this field, the browser tab field here, I hope you can see my pointer, that cursor. There is this star here. This star is for bookmarking. If you have seen that, click on it. When you click on it, they say bookmark added. Name. It will pick the default name, as you can see, but you can change. You can change and say maybe, yeah, it is about EduTech. You change. Where do you want it? I want it in the bar. Where is the bar? This is the bar. Then you just click on done. And you're there. Now, we are not able to sit here because I have many bookmarks. So let's just first look at how can we delete some bookmarks we don't want. Yes, we have seen enough of it. You have visited the website several times. You don't want it anymore. If this is a bookmark and I don't need it, go to that very info, right click, and you say delete. Right click, delete. You don't need. I hope you can see my screen. I don't need this. I delete. So here we have our bookmark. Let's bookmark this website, MTN. We said we go to the bookmark tool, click. Here they're saying home, MTN. But for us, we don't want the word home. I can delete home and just say MTN Uganda, and I click OK. You can see it is added here. So I'm going to close my browser. Now I've come back to check my website that I bookmarked. What will I do? Go to my browser, open my browser. Oh, yesterday I was on this website. I click, just clicking. This time around, you don't need to type. Click. You want to open for MTN on a new tab, open a new tab, come and say MTN. Just click. That is how powerful bookmarks are. Then I talked of organizing these bookmarks. Yes, you can also move the bookmark. Do we see that bold line drawn between EduTech and online audio? It is now between there. If I wanted to this site to be the first, I keep on moving. If I see that black straight line drawn, it is saying this is where you can drop this particular site. I release. If I want EduTech to be the second, I click hold move. As I'm seeing that feature, I release. So that's how you can organize your bookmark. So that you remember, the more you bookmark, the more this bar will get filled up. And when the bar is filled up, you will not be able to view other bookmarks. So how do I get those other bookmarks? Let's use another browser. I hope I have something here on Firefox. Okay. If you see Firefox, there are some bookmarks, and I think there are others. So if you are not seeing the other bookmarks, yet you want to use them so badly, there is this arrow, show more bookmarks. Just click on the arrow. It should be the same even on Chrome. All these are bookmarked, all these that you see. So if I want maybe to check something about educational technology, I'll just go and click without typing, and that site will open. So I think you can see how important the bookmarks are. Very important. That is with Firefox. I want to check out with Microsoft Edge. So with Microsoft Edge, bookmarks are also there. So from the bookmarks, we want to see, are they also known as bookmarks? So where do we get bookmarks from? There is this part here, the 3 dots. I told you under Edge, you will look for favorites. So you click favorites and you'll be able to see. You can see on my 3 browsers, I have different information because I use them different times. So you can see there are different information. Bookmarks are there. If, for example, I want to check something about curriculum, this is a nice website for me. I click just without going to your browser. Then you start typing and say, now I've forgotten this. You just go ahead, click, and then it will open. It will take you to that particular website that you want. So ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to utilize this feature just in case you have not been using the feature. Hope you have got something from bookmarks. Before I continue to history, I want to see a yes. If you are with me, I may be talking alone. Let me see some yes in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's now go to history. We continue. Okay, let's continue. Using history, not the history as a subject that we study. Now, history in the context of web browsing or web browsers. This history is a record of websites or web pages, or a list of websites or web pages that you have visited in the past. You have seen, you have been checking, edited, you have been checking, empty, and that becomes history when we talk in that context of browsing the internet. So, how important is history? History has got the advantages. One of the advantages is that you can go and check under history for the sites you have been using without straining yourself. That's very important. Go to history, click, and go back to the site. However, ladies and gentlemen, the disadvantage with history, or the disadvantages with history, are also there. Though the advantages are there. One other advantage before I go to disadvantages is that you can use history to track someone who has used your computer without your permission. Members a bit, yes, please. It's fine, open that place. So you can use the history to track individuals who have used your machine or your computer without your permission and even without your notice. You can tell, I think someone used my computer, by going just to history and check there, because the records will be there. But also the disadvantage with history is that someone can also use your history to track the activities you do with your machine. So it is two-way. Normally, when I'm in class and students are on internet, when they see me coming, what they do? Close the browser. I say it's fine. I also check. I say, if I get, you move out. Yes, teacher. So when I check, they just stand and move. You're able to track, and you're also tracked, by the way. And that is also dangerous if someone can easily monitor you in such a way. And especially when it comes to public machines. There are students who like personalizing. You sit on this machine, you do whatever you want. People are going to find out what you do with the help of history. But also, the solution for that, if you don't want to be tracked, you can also use the incognito mode. Let's check out what you're going to do under history. We want to see how do we access history in the context of browsing. We're going to access history. Then you're going to clear history. I've already talked about privacy and security issues. Maybe one other disadvantage I've not talked about from history is that under history, if you have a lot of those websites stored on your PC, browsing will also be challenged. Yes, so we need to clear history always. How do I access history on my computer? So from your browser, you're going to go to the three dots just on the top right corner below the close button of your browser. Click. It should display this information that you're having. I hope here you can see history. And they're giving us a shortcut. If you're unable to see this on your keyboard, if your browser is open, press Ctrl key down and letter H. Ctrl key down and letter H. Ladies and gentlemen, look at my screen. Here they're saying it today, which is Thursday, September 14th, this very year. They show you the time and what and the websites you have been accessing. You can check out. You see, you will track what people are doing, and you who likes working with that PC, people will also know that, oh, this man has been doing this, or this lady has been checking. What was he looking for under this? Someone will click and they will be taken directly to that website, as you can see, taken directly. So privacy and security is an issue, So I hope you can see that. Let's go back to history. If you don't want to use Ctrl H, we said go to the three buttons on the top right corner, go to history. So when you go to history, we have this option. There are some people disturbing, joining. So we have this, click. Here what you are seeing are the recently closed, as you can see. These are the different sites we have been checking. So if you want to see all the history, click history. You will be taken to history. You can sort history by date or by group. Hope you can see. Now they are grouped. Note, if you don't like by group, go by date. Let's check the history I have. It's okay. Let me admit this person. So you can check out, these are the different history that I have. This one is September 12th, You can see when I try to reach down, goes back. You can see all this is history, all. So someone can easily track you. Someone can easily track you. Besides tracking you, someone can easily also know that this is what this person used. And also your browsing will also have some issues. Sometimes our browsers are slow because there are very many saved websites on this browser. So the best option, if you feel you may not need them, and I don't need, because what I need are already bookmarked. Go here, you want to clear history. Click on the clear browsing data. This doesn't affect your PC. You're working with the browser. Now, from this dialog box, they ask you time range. Last hour, you want to clear in this history for the last hour? If you say yes, you come and say clear. That means yesterday's history will remain. But you can say no. I want for the last 24 hours. You clear all. Or you say no. I want to clear everything for the past 7 days. Or you say everything should go. Take notes. Browsing history will go. Cookies will go. You remember we talked about cookies. Hope you recall. Cached images and files. These are taking up 320 MBs. So I don't need all these. I come and say clear data. It starts the process of clearing. It is clearing. Done. Everything is done. Let me close this browser. And then let's check history. We go to, now I think we know the shortcut. You told me I should use Control H. So when I click Control H, I press Control H, history. Your browsing history appears here. This is what we are seeing now. That means we have no history at all. And that is amazing. So your browser is now free from history. However, this doesn't mean that if you clear history from Chrome, you have also cleared history from Edge. No. When you go to Microsoft Edge and we look for history, Control H is what I've done. You can see history is there. The title is there. So that means we still have to delete history. Sorry, I didn't talk here. I didn't talk, sorry. So we go to Microsoft Edge. Shortcut for getting access to history is Control H across all browsers. So here you may not see the same information like the one we saw on what? On Chrome. How do we delete them? All these are history, all. So what you do is come to this recycle bin button. You see it is saying clear browsing data. Click on it. It will bring you to this particular dialog box, then determine the period. Is it for the last hour? Is it for 24 hours? Select what you want. If it is all time, select all time, and then you say clear now. Here you can see that saying 206 items and more. Downloads 10, cookies 92, sites, then cache 45 MBs, and you have the best internet experience. Check out on your PCs and see how much history you have been having if you have not been doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, our next step is now communicating with email. Before I can go to that, let me hear from Mr. Mukisa. If you are online, kindly. Mr. Mukisa, are you there, sir? Members, are you there? Maybe. If you have some questions, maybe. If you have some
I'm
questions,
using, hello,
yes, please.
I'm using the Francis's account.
Yes, please.
We appreciate so much.
Yes, sir.
I've followed the step by step.
Yes, sir.
I hope everyone has been able to pick something.
Okay.
And we're going to have this video. If you missed up some points, you'll be able to catch up. Let's just follow up and finish. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Mukisa. Yeah, members are saying we are there. Okay. Thank you so much, Victor. Let me hear from members as I relax my throat a bit. Some chats, please. You can also unmute and say something. Maybe if you have. Hope all is well. I thank people who are online. People are really there, stable. Okay. I think that's enough. My throat is now okay. Yeah, people are still typing. Okay, let's now go to communicating with email. Communicating with email. Yes, email communication is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to have an email account. This modern society needs that, really. Besides your WhatsApp, you can also utilize emails for official communication, and this is very, very, very important. Maybe as some piece of advice, when you're creating your email account, let it reflect your name. Try as much as possible to create an email that is in your name, so that when you communicate with someone, they see and they say, this is someone who is responsible. But if you create an email account in another person's name, or this football player's name, your best movie, and then you communicate, people may even ignore your communication. So as you're coming up with emails, think about that. I don't know whether I should start from scratch, but let me go. So if you want to create an email, I'll be as basic as possible. This time around, I'm working with Gmail, because most people have got Gmail. So we go to Gmail. We want to create our account. We go to create a Gmail account. On some, ladies and gentlemen, these steps are not fixed steps. On some machines, you will not see the same screen I'm having. On others, you will see the create button somewhere else. So all you need is to access create an account button. All you need is that. So you click create an account. So here they will take you to this Google form where you'll start the process of creating a Gmail account. G is for Google. So what you're creating is a Google account. Which name should I use? Let me create. So I'm going to say first name maybe is Andrea, then last name maybe we can say, let me create for this young man. Then I say next. As you're creating, you saw me the first and last names. I was starting these names with caps, the capital letters. That is important also. Because when you go on your email and your name, the name of that person is starting with small letters, it is from onset, that is what you did. But if you want to avoid that your name being displayed in small letters, please start with uppercase. Then from this interface, I see Google has changed a little, had taken long without creating. So you choose maybe the month, and also you put the day, and maybe the year. If you put a very current year, then it will be treated as what? As an email for the young children. So that means we'll go in for other steps. So I'll put something like 1999, gender, I know only two, that is male and female. Then we go to the next step. Here they say choose your Gmail address, pick a Gmail address or create your own. Now, at some point, you realize that your names are already taken up by some people. So in such circumstances, what Google will do is to give you what? Some suggestions. Google will give you some suggestions. So if you feel this is okay, you go in for that. If you say, no, I don't want any, then you say, I want to create my own address. Then you go ahead and provide. Maybe I'll put S.Andreas or Tim at Gmail. You don't need to type again at gmail.com because it's already there. Let's whether it's not yet taken. So we say, let me first have it. We say next, just to see. Yeah, it is good. It is not yet taken. So they are saying here, create a strong password. I discourage people from using phone numbers. Yes, most people will say, you typed there my phone number. It is easy for someone to use guesswork, and he or she will go ahead and access your account. So guesswork, avoid using your phone numbers. Partners name, best team. Some people support Arsenal and you want everything reflecting maybe that player, and your friends know that you like, and you say, password, I'm going to use this. That is not okay. You can even see here, Google is telling us that create a strong password with a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. But also, you should be able to remember. That is very, very important. So I'm going to put there something, and then I say maybe that. Let me show to you what I'm trying to do. That is what I've typed. This one. This is what I'm typing as password. So if I happen to forget this, then I'm gone completely and also. So I'm trying to write it down. Then I said next. Add recovery email. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important. This is an important step, but not compulsory. This recovery email will help you just in case in the future you forget about your password and you're trying to recover your email. You can provide that recovery email so that Google can send maybe a link to this recovery email to allow you go ahead and access your locked account. But however, this is also optional. So you can decide to skip. Even when you skip right now, in the future, you may need to go ahead and provide. So you can put an email just like that. If you don't want, skip. Phone number. If they have not asked for phone number and maybe you don't have your phone there, sometimes Google will send a code to that number. So as you're providing the phone number, you also have to be with your phone. Let me see, because I don't have a phone close. So let me try to skip. I see if it will accept. Okay. Here they're saying review. Review your account info. You can use the email address to sign in later. This is our email address. So we just click on next. And it is also advisable for people to go ahead and read the privacy and the terms. However, what most people do is what I'm going to do. They're saying there are more other options, but immediately they see the agree button, they just say, I've agreed, which is also not good. But to save time, we don't have time to read all this. So here they will welcome you. Welcome. I want us to see the first letters. You see, they are all in uppercase. If I had typed this in lowercase, then we would be seeing lowercase. So we are done with creating our email. How do we access our inbox? This is where people tend to get stuck. So to access our inbox, we have the Google Apps button or the Google Apps Launcher. This one, you can go to that button. What you're seeing as A, this is supposed to be a profile picture for your Google account. So we want to go to our inbox. Go to Google Apps Launcher and then go to Gmail. These different apps can be moved to any point you want. If you want it to be the first here, move it, click, hold, and move. Don't be stuck. If you want the drive to be here, get it closer. Those apps that you use more frequently, pull them and put them closer. So we got our inbox by clicking on Gmail. It's loading. Yeah, there we are. So we're already inside our Gmail, as you can see, inbox, and we have one message that is coming from Google Community. You can go ahead and check. If you want to go ahead with privacy, you go on, but for now, I just dismiss. Here they're giving us the different steps to follow. You want a profile picture, you can go ahead and click on that button, and then where is it? Browse your computer. If it is on the computer, I hope I have something on my computer. Let me just get that one, and I say open. It will be uploaded. Where there is A, should be able now to see this particular image here. So you can say set. You can adjust. You can adjust if you want. If you want only this, adjust and say set. I'm waiting for it. That one is done. We haven't seen it here. Why? Let me try to reload this page, and I see. You can see now our picture is there. So if yours was also not being displayed, so you can go ahead and reload the browser tab and get the settings applied. You want to communicate with someone. You want to communicate with someone, you go to Compose. Click on the Compose button. Message, new message. To who? You provide the email. Ogali52@gmail.com. Can you share with me your email, just the first two people in the chat? So if you type in the right email address, if that person has a profile picture, you can see that profile picture will be displayed. You can just click and that one is added. If people are not typing, let's proceed. So we want to send a message. Yeah, the first person has already wrote. I have that. So I want to add. Now, if it is only one person, you type 2, you put the address of that particular individual. Then you have subject. This is where people tend again to type in the entire message, which is not right. Subject is like when you're writing a letter, ref, you give the reason. Subject, maybe you say, edutech what? Training. Edutech training. Okay. So you say, maybe it's normally very good and good practice to start with a salutation. It is very important. Maybe you can say, hello. Hello, sir. Put some greetings. We kindly, it's very good to be also polite. We kindly invite you to attend our forthcoming EdTech training slated to take place on, put the date. Then maybe you can, let's look at two things at the same time. Then maybe you have the invitation letter or the details. And you say, please access the attached document for the details. So how do we attach documents? How do we attach documents? To attach documents, these are documents that you have already typed. Maybe the information is on a PDF file or it is in a Word file. So you can't type all that information in this area here. So what you do, you just attach, you send that file to that particular individual. So how do we access that file? You come to this attach file button. You click on it so that you can browse your computer. So when you click on it, where is that file stored? If it is on the desktop, click desktop. If it is on local disk D, go to local disk D. Anywhere it is. So look for that file. If it is this one, select the file and then say open. That file will be uploaded as you can see on my screen. When the upload is done successfully, you will be able to see the name of that file displayed here. So your next step is now to click on the send button so that this message is sent to this particular person. You can see message is already gone. If you want to undo, you undo so that this message doesn't reach that individual. Google will normally give you around 5 seconds to do that. So message sent. How do I know that this message has been sent to this individual? You also go in your sent folder and you'll be able to see the sent message. If the message has not gone, in Gmail, you normally find that message under drafts. Someone saying, but I've not seen the message. Try to go back and check the draft. You may find it there. Else, if you're seeing that message in the sent folder, you can inform that person to check in the spam. In the spam folder. Where is the spam folder? The spam folder is here. You can see this is spam. Some emails will go to spam and you keep waiting to access the message from the inbox when there is nothing. So when you log into your Gmail account, you go to more. This button, more, click and check. This person is saying he or she has sent the message, but I can't see. Let me check in the spam. You check. Then you'll be able to see it there. Just let's compose another one as I conclude. So compose. Now here you have got multiple people. Multiple people you want to send the message or to invite them. So the first one is there. To that person. Come. Now we want to add some other people, carbon copy. CC is for carbon copy. When you use the carbon copy option, this means all the recipients of that particular email will be able to know that this same email was sent to these other individuals because their names will be displayed. But if you don't want them to know that, if you don't want any of them to know that the same email it was sent to some other individuals, then you use the BCC, blind carbon copy. Let's use the CC so that we add more other emails. So you click CC and the CC option will be displayed. Let me get some email here. I want to use the first person who sent so that I'm fair. So, okay, carbon copy, you paste. You can see this person has a profile picture. You can see that is there. So if I'd written it wrongly, then this would not appear. Then let me get one more person. And I say, I'm going to paste this. This person also has, I hope we can all see. And lastly, I want us members to think about the names, our usernames. That is very, very vital, please. So these are the people we want to send the email. So maybe we now go to subject, put the subject, then you say, hello, you now know what to do. Please, you are invited to attend our tomorrow's training. Is this right? Google is not doing its work. So you want them to receive this, then you say send. That's all we wanted. Message has been sent. So I think those people now, they have also received the messages. They have received. Let me see what I sent. Last to my email. If it is there, how we can view. I want to access my email. So sometimes you will find already some accounts signed in like this. And you want to also access your email with the same PC, but you already have this person. So what you can do is to use this. Ladies and gentlemen, before I add another account, it is important when you're done doing your work to sign out. Sign out. Let me even do that. Sign out so that people don't track your emails, don't have access to your emails. Because if the mistake people do when they're done communicating with their email, what they do is to close the browser. Closing the browser doesn't mean you have signed out. That's not good practice. So let's sign in. Let's use another account. Let me first take you back. Now, on this PC, if I want to track you, if I want to access your email, I can still come and keep on trying because you signed out well and good. But I am able to see that this is someone's email. This person has been here using this PC. Someone can give it a trial. Guesswork until they access. So if you don't want them to know that you even used this particular PC to access your email, remove this email from here. You come to remove account without selecting. When you select, it will give you a login screen where you are supposed to provide your password. But you want this to get off this screen. So what you do, come to remove an account. Then you will see this account having this red button. Click on that red button and you will be prompted. Do you want to remove? Yes, I want to remove. Hope you can see that. So now we shall have this sign-in screen without your account. Please don't leave your account always. So I want to sign in on this one. I select that. This is my PC. That's why this is happening. So do I still remember the password really? Let me try. It's refusing. Okay, members, I hope you can see what is on my screen. This is a very important security feature that I've set for my account. That if I'm logged out of any machine, or my machine even, to sign in again, there must be a code sent to my email. So I have to go to my phone, as you can see from the screen. I access my Gmail account. So when I access my Gmail account, I will have to, this is what I'm trying to do. I will see a message displayed on my screen and I will tap on, yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. If I say no and you have been trying to have access to my computer, that won't allow. After I've tapped on yes, it's me, I will select 36. You see on my screen, there is a 36. So I tap 36 and my browser will respond immediately. So I don't want to update my password. I'll just say continue. I want to see whether the other email that was sent to us reached. So I go to my email account. It's loading. So do we see this invitation? I hope you recall this. I check. You click. Now you want to read your email. Click. I want to emphasize something here. Here they're saying Andrea Otim. Now look at a scenario where you have written, you have created, the username is totally not your name. If I look at this, I'll just ignore you. And that's what people will do. So make sure it is in your name. It is a very good practice. First impression. Someone will look at your name and EduTech training. This is the subject. So it's, I think there is some training. I will click and open. I read the message and I see, oh, there is also a document they have attached for me. So you click on the arrow to download. When you download, you'll access this information from the downloads folder. I've clicked to download. The download is complete. This will depend on the speed of your internet and the size of the document that you are downloading. It's also very important for you to reply. Yes, you can just use these predefined messages that Google gives. I will attend. But if you want to type, then there is this arrow, reply. Click on that arrow and then you'll type here the message. Greetings. Greetings to you. Maybe you can say, oh, thank you for this invitation. I will be part of this training. Then you say, yours. Ogal Isaac. For me, what you see here, this is what we call a signature. Everything is already set for me. So after doing that, click on send button. Message sent. So the other person will be able to receive your message. Let's look at lastly, where did I put there's a message I think I never sent to myself. Okay, I think for now I can stop here. Any other questions, please, you can also check on my YouTube. Just go on the browser. Mr. Mukisa, I'm sorry for this. Type Ogal